Alright, so we're going to do some more examples, just putting into practice what we just learned. This will be very similar to the stuff that you see on the homework and on the quizzes. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be given the quadratic functions in general form. We like to find a number of things: their vertex, their intercepts, where they are increasing and decreasing, and axis of symmetry and all that, just using what we just learned. So in the example 3, we have a quadratic function, and we can see that a is 2, b is -1, and c is 2. So let's first find the vertex. Minus b over 2a. That would be minus 1 over 2 times 2, which is 1/4. And so that's the x-coordinate. The y-coordinate would be f of 1/4, which is 2 times 1/4 squared minus 1/4 plus 2. And we just have to get a common denominator and multiply this stuff out. This is 2 times 1/16 minus 1/4 plus 2, which is 1/8. Well, actually, let's get a common denominator. This is 2/16 minus 4/16 plus 32/16. Okay, so this should be 4. 2 minus 4 is -2. -2 plus 32 is 30. So this is 30/16 or 15/8. Okay, so the vertex should be 1/4, 15/8. Okay. Our axis of symmetry should be given by x equals 1/4. Our y-intercept, when you plug in 0, we get 2. And then our x-intercept, well, we use our quadratic formula. So we use minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So this is going to be minus 1 plus or minus the square root of -1 squared minus 4 times -1. I'm sorry, times 2 rather, times 2. All over 2 times 2. Okay. And what happens here is we see that this is going to be 1 plus or minus the square root of -15 over 4. And we can stop here, right? Because as soon as we see this, we have a square root of negative number. This is not real. Okay, not real. So therefore, there are no x-intercepts. And we can sort of see that. We sort of could see that already just by looking at knowing that here we have our vertex. It's a vertex which, and the graph opens up because a is positive. So if we were to graph this, okay, here's our vertex, and the parabola is opening up because this is the coordinates are 1/4 and 15/8. Okay, and this is clearly above the x-axis, so there are no x-intercepts. Okay, we can also see that the range is what? Well, it's all values that are bigger than 15/8, bigger than or equal to 15/8. We can see that we are increasing from here to here, that is when x equals 1/4 and beyond. and decreasing on negative infinity to 1/4. Whoops, sorry about that. All right, so then, so that's all this that's there to do for this example. If we look at example 4, I'm going to let you pause the video for a moment and try to do the same thing here. All right, so I already did the first few parts for you. A is 1, B is 6, C is 9. You plug in minus B over 2A, you get negative 3. And you plug in negative 3 into F, you get 0. So the vertex is negative 3, 0. So that also shows you that the vertex is also going to be an x-intercept. And when you think about that, that should indicate something that will be the only x-intercept if you think about it. The y-intercept is 0, 9. If we try to use the quadratic formula to find the other x-intercepts, we get minus b, so it's negative 6 plus or minus the square root of negative 6 squared minus 4 times a times c, all over 2 times a. And this is going to be negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 0 over 2, which is just negative 3. When this expression under the square root, when that's 0, you're only going to get one x-intercept, and that's going to be where the vertex is. Okay, so you can see that the vertex is going to be right over here, and the parabola opens up. Okay, so it's y-intercept is over here at 9. Okay, so that's what the graph looks like. I won't write down the rest, but you can see what the range is all numbers greater than or equal to 0, and you can see where the function is increasing and decreasing. I want to do one more one. This was not on the notes that you downloaded, but I realized so we had an example where the parabola opens down. We can see that's exactly what will happen here when, because A we can see is negative 1, B is 7, and C is 3. So again, I will let you pause the video and see if you can find the vertex and the intercepts. So minus b over 2a is going to be minus 7 over 2 times negative 1. That's going to be 7 halves. Plug in 7 halves. Be careful with the signs. All right, now notice we're squaring 7 halves. We are not squaring the minus sign. So this is just minus 49 fourths plus 49 halves plus 3. We got a common denominator. Okay, 49 minus 90 plus 9, negative 49 plus 98 is 49. 49 plus 12 is 61, so this is 61 fourths. So the vertex should be 7 halves and 61 fourths. The graph looks like this. So 7 fourths or 7 halves, a little more than 3, and it's going to be way, way up here. Y-intercept will be at 3, so it's going to look like something like this. And if you wanted to find out what the x-intercepts are, I'll let you do this on your own. But the x-intercepts I get was -7 plus or minus the square root of 61 all over -2, 0. So that's what these two things are. And you can see what the axis of symmetry is. It's at 7/2, and you can again find what the range and where it's increasing and decreasing.